Okay. This is next up, right? Well, too bad. Because we're gonna do it this way. Like, what the hell is that? Kumajo Densetsu. Legend of the Demon Castle. The Japanese Dracula, or Dracula's Curse, Castlevania 3. Because it's better in like every way. But it's still got your Trevor, Sypha, Alucard, and Greta? I don't think Greta's in this one. Greta of Dynasty. I guess Greta of Dynasty is better than not having Grant Dynasty at all, but still, the anime be the anime. I have no idea what they're going to do with the next season. Or spin-off show, or whatever they're calling it. All we know right now is that the next Castlevania anime would be based around Richter and Maria's adventures, and that it'll be set during the French Revolution, which is the 1700s era. Why the French Revolution? I have no idea. Nobody's going to be speaking French. Just like nobody in the Castlevania anime spoke Romanian, it wouldn't make any sense for people to speak French. You know, I'll look forward to it, you know. I can assume, like, Shaft will be the main villain. They might do something with, they could do something with Olrox, I guess. Or Olrock. Depending on how far they go. They would, it would seem like they would want to bring Alucard back, so they probably would go some semblance of Rondo of Blood, some semblance of Symphony of the Night. But there's like a 4-year gap in between those games, so I don't know. Once again, if you're wondering why this is widescreen, it's because M2 be M2. I don't know. There's no reason for this not to be full screen. Oh, darn it. Oops. Yeah, I can't even put the quest in there. Just Alucard. That's fine. You might be wondering why I'm streaming so early on a YouTube. I don't know, felt like it. There are still no rules for my YouTube channel yet. Twitch, I got everything aligned. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, starting somewhere between 6 and 8 and going for 3 to 4 hours, depending on the game. Here, I don't know. I just wanted to have some visuals of Castlevania. I mean, you can't have a channel called AlucardsQuest and not have some Castlevania content. So that works. Trevor, motherfucker. Remember that scene in the anime where Trevor goes into the church and the old worn down church, and he whips skeletons? Actually, are there any skeletons in the animated series? I don't remember seeing any. Or bats. I actually prefer how the score and everything is in the regular NES font and not some fancy font that they changed. It's more legible that way to me. And makes it feel more like the original. I have a Twitch friend, Moru Hamaru. Well, I follow her and she's a good kid. But she had beaten Lament of Innocence, which is chronologically the first story. And she thought about doing this next, because this would be next. But she decided not to because it would be too hard. And that I completely understand. NES games, a lot of them, a good chunk of them, were made to be hard. Some on accident, some on purpose. You'll notice the zombies might be different from the original NES version. I don't know why they changed them. They kind of look derpy, but then zombies are supposed to look derpy. That little monster looks different. Although I do kind of, if they had to change it, I'm glad they changed it to a flea man. That makes more sense. I don't think they based Trevor's outfit on anything in particular, though. Maybe his redesign in Curse of Darkness, as far as the anime, but I don't think his clothes aren't really specifically from any game. Oh, this guy. Actually, no. I don't remember this guy in the anime. If you're wondering why I didn't catch it in the air, it's because you can't. That's as close to air as you can get in this game. As far as doing this kind of thing, whipping and catching the whatchamacallit, orb. So we're going here first, although some might consider it a waste of time if you don't even want this character, but it's fine. Was there a clock tower in the enemy? See, I'm not remembering these things very well. Pretty sure there were no giant pendulums. But anyway, Miss Moru Hamaru jumped into Curse of Darkness, and rather than having her do it blindly, once in a while I'd pop in her stream to help out. I missed the last one though, unfortunately. But I noticed while playing actually both Lament of Innocence and Curse of Darkness that for some reason, of course they have candles to whip, or candle stands if you will, but for some reason they put them right by the doorways. Every doorway has candle stands by them. So if you're like me and you like want to hit all the candles, you have to turn around every time you enter a room and attack near the doorways. It's silly. They should have put that in the center of the room, like they are in every other game. If they did that in the 2D games, you have to keep turning around and at every doorway and whipping behind you. I don't know. It's just kind of a pain in the butt. It's Greta. Looks just like her, doesn't it? Come back, Greta. Ah. Crazy Greta climbing the walls. Okay. So I'm gonna say something that might be a little controversial. lot of people, and I'll use the term I hear. A lot of people were shipping Trevor, Sypha, and Alucard as a threesome. And if you don't know what shipping means, it's basically a term they use for fans to put together characters romantically in their own mind, whether or not they do it in the media that they're interested in. And some people were upset that they didn't end the series with those three being like a trio, like a romantic trio, as if they had alluded to that. And I watched the series. I never got that impression. Yeah, there was a scene where Alucard, you know, almost has a threesome, but I don't really, you know, to me, I don't care, okay? He's a vampire. It's not like he can get an STD or anything. Or he's half vampire, but he's still immortal. What does he have to worry about, you know, choosing women or men? He doesn't have to worry. So they're probably mad about Greta of Dynasty being his love interest. They probably didn't like that. Okay. But I never got the impression that Alucard would want Trevor and Sypha that way. Oh. You might notice that Grant here is throwing knives rather than just stabbing with one. That's just one of the quirks of the Japanese version. And then, you know, and I won't keep people from their fantasies, but don't complain about something that you thought should happen, even though, because you think things should be one way. I don't think the series creators deliberately wanted them to be a threesome thing. And quite frankly, they changed enough from this game and the series timeline in general. Can't get that heart because they make you walk towards the door. But you're welcome to ship characters together as much as you like. Just don't pretend like it's supposed to be that way. how it's supposed to be is how it ends up. For instance, I understand that they wanted to deviate from the games in the anime. Season 3 and 4 have almost nothing to do with the games. Whatever, that's fine. It's just a different take on the story. The ending kind of ruins the whole premise of the series, but that's not to say that they can't do something slightly different. And fine, that's fine. The series, the animated series, doesn't have to be the final word on what the games are. You know, Marvel movies change things from what the comics say. DC movies do that. But some of them are pretty good. By the way, it may look like it's easy for me. I'm just so used to how this game plays. It's not really easy. I'm also going easy routes. Heading down there would be a difficult route. Today, I think it was today, I saw some art that had Greta going for the other characters. Sypha, Alucard, Trevor, fine, I don't care. Enjoy yourself. It's kind of weird to see it in the Castlevania hashtag because, you know, this is my game series, but, you know, whatever. The animated series got more Hamaru into the games, so maybe it will do that for other people. And she's enjoying Curse of Darkness. Is she about halfway through? Maybe. She's enjoying it despite it being totally different. And I told her, it's a different story, the characters are a little different. But she's down. And she actually likes the character design. I think Trevor showed up to fight Hector. And she's like, oh! She gasped, like, he's hot as fuck. Of course, I had to clip that. I had to make it a video clip on her channel. Okay, this character is from the animated series. And this situation, although they were fighting in an underground area for some reason, I don't know why. I didn't kick a knife into his head, but same premise. And here we go. There she be. It's interesting, the game kind of alluded to Sypha hiding her gender. that's only kind of mentioned in the series. Oh, Grant's leaving us. We can only take one person at a time. One of the downfalls of this version is that you can't have everybody on your team. You can only have two. But let's see what Sypha's on. It would be interesting to see Moro try and play this game. But again, you know, I gotta be honest with people. There isn't much story to this game. It's all in the background. This is an action game. Oh, I knew I was going to fall off of that. I don't know why I kept going. See that ball in the square there, up there? As a sub-weapon? That's actually a lightning ball, believe it or not. I don't know why they chose a ball to represent lightning, but it is what it is. And of course, Sypha's got her trusty stick, just like the animated series. She whacks people in the head with it. That should have been like a joke, actually. If Trevor made her mad, she would just whip out like a staff and just hit him in the head with conk. Ah! So my intention was to play these games on YouTube and keep them, and maybe use them for future videos, the footage, but I don't know if that would serve their purpose. I also looked into some of my channel stuff, and if I'm not mistaken, I go into some of my, you know, things where you can change your YouTube channel around, In there, I could have swore it said I had 120 subscribers, but then I go to the main page and it's at 140. So I don't know. I don't know what's real anymore. What's real? That's your Medusa reference. That's all you get for this game. Oh. Why do I keep doing that? I really need to stop. Sypha is not the easiest to use, but her magic is powerful. Well, I guess I could just burn his ass from a distance. Remember that scene in the anime where Trevor and Sypha got on a pirate ship and there are all these skeletons with swords? You know. I thought it probably would have been cooler to have the show mimic the games a bit more. But maybe that's asking too much. The series is still great, even though it's, you know, it changes pretty much every fundamental rule of Castlevania, ultimately. See how this goes. Okay, that was easy. Oh, come on. That's not fair. Oh, come on. That is so not fair. When he charges at you, you should be able to jump over him. That's video games 101. Having him turn around is kind of cheap. I mean, what is video game skill? If nothing but knowing the patterns and avoiding them. You change the patterns, you change the rules. Oh, I don't have any lives left. Shit. And Trevor isn't powered up. Shit. Let me check something. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Power Trevor up. think I still can only take one hit, but at least... Let me switch to Sypha for this battle. And then Trevor for this one. And hopefully I don't have to start the whole level over. Yay! Yeah, because I have 0 lives. Oh, now I got another one. Thank you. I don't know why Trevor's whip is so flashy here. If I go up a level, it's not that flashy. See? Just gray. I wonder if that's a glitch. I kind of wish they'd have that flashy whip through the whole game, but oh well. Oh my god. Yes, continue. And some people on Twitter were upset, understandably, that the characters wouldn't return for another season. And they're kind of sort of starting from scratch with the next series. So I tried to comfort them as best I could. I was like, well, the next series stars Richter and Maria, which in the timeline both are related to Trevor and Sypha. Although I think Dracula X on the Super Nintendo kind of fudged that up a little bit by making Maria Annette's sister. Annette is Richter's girlfriend or fiance or what have you. And if they go far enough, which they should, then Alucard will show up. Will it be a Symphony of the Night story? I mean, not to spoil anything, but the ending of season 4, the very end, it raised a lot of, I wouldn't say red flags, but questions. One thing that happened in particular that didn't really make a lot of sense, and it kind of ruins, I hate to say it, but you can't have the same stories. You can't have the old school Dracula revives every 100 years story because of what they did. And they'll have to focus on a different monster or vampire or something, which is probably Shaft, maybe Count Orlok. Although Count Orlok has no story. But that's never stopped them before. You know, pretty much Castlevania 3, I mean, it has a story, but it's all prelude, it's all subtext. If that's the correct term. Nothing about it is portrayed in the game. There's no in-game cinematics or anything. Although that would have been cool. And they probably should have done that. But again, they probably had a budget. I recall interviews with this, the creator who worked on these first NES games. And it was basically all... catch-up. Like, the first game was successful. The second game, not so much, so let's go back to how the first game was. And this third one, and ultimately it was just less successful because of diminishing returns. I suppose I could switch to Sypha here. I'll stick with Trevor. I know that's not as fun, but hey, it's my playthrough. One good reason to play this Castlevania Anniversary Collection right now, as far as me, is the way I operate. I like to show people games they can play right now. Specifically because I can stream them through PS4. This was released digitally, I think, 2019? And finally, Limited Run made physical versions. Which unfortunately you can no longer pre-order, but at least they were out there for people to see, to get, to grab. The biggest problem of the animated series I felt was that it didn't have the Castlevania music. I mean, how cool would it be to have this bopping in the background while they're fighting fishmen or something? I don't know. Would have been hella cool. Oh sure, they have bloody tears come up, I think during the finale with Dracula, but or at least them storming the castle, but Bloody Tears is Carmilla's theme. And we started in a game with Simon, you know, so it almost doesn't fit. Hey. Rude. The river dragon has come indeed. That's a Nevermore reference. Nevermore is like a progressive sort of post-thrash metal band. And it's unfortunate Nevermore kind of broke up on bad terms. But and then the singer died. Rest in peace, Warl Dane. He was also in a band called Sanctuary. Had a couple solo albums too. Not bad stuff. I think Sanctuary actually found a new singer, and we're going to continue, but I haven't heard much about that since. It would be nice to hear about it. Something happening. They're not my favorite band in the world, but they're cool. This song, probably one of the best on this soundtrack. Have this in the animated series it would have been awesome. But But yeah, at least this has some physical representation out there. It's unfortunate that Konami didn't make it universal. Oh, that's a hard jump. One second. Okay. Kind of wish that sunset moved or something. But, you know, it's fine. Whoa, danger. I want that block to be there when I get back, so I'm gonna leave the screen. Oh, now there are 3 coffins. Okay. Come back here. Come here. I kill you. Kill you, I mean it. Blah. You done. Ooh, I need a drink. You're probably wondering why I don't use sub-weapons. And good. You should. Hold on. You should wonder that. I don't know. I'm more of a whip guy anyway. The fact that sub-weapons use ammunition kind of bothers me. Of course, the incentive is not to use them because you get more points for every heart you have at the end of each level. This is, of course, a recreation of Ninja Gaiden's first level. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, this is similar to the original game. Colors are a little different, but that's cool. Hey, spiders, stop. I think this part is a glitch. I don't think those tiny... Because when you're supposed to step on those, they're supposed to flip over, and they don't flip over. So either they don't belong there, or someone made a mistake. Because look at, there's like spikes below. I feel like that's something they wanted to do, but either forgot to, or changed their mind on. Is there something down there? Something up here? No, I got it already, didn't I? I swear it. Boy, my mind is going. While on Twitch, I've adopted this new thing. Well, it's not a new thing, but it's like a motto of sorts. No game shaming. I would say no game shaming, or no shame gaming, but I think that's already taken. So, no shame gaming. If you, if you want to play a game on easy, go ahead. If you want to play a VR dating sim, go ahead. You know, I will not be the one, nor will my Twitch chat room be a place where people are judged like that. Doesn't matter what age, race, sex, you know, religion, political affiliation, although I probably am a bit loose with that last one. Oh crap. So much for my holy water plan. Try again with the holy water. Okay. That was the hard part. Woo! Not bad, not bad, not bad. This song in particular is a little weird because it plays twice. There's like 2 verses before it finishes the song, as opposed to 1 verse and then the ending in the NES version. Why they did that, I don't know. Maybe it was to save memory? See? You can hear that little intro play twice. Here's a little factoid you may not know. And it does relate to this game and its story and the animated series. When they first announced the animated series, this was almost a decade ago. Of course, Warren Ellis was still on board to write. And during that time, Koji Igarashi, Iga, was in charge of the series. And according to Warren Ellis in an interview, Iga made Warren Ellis rewrite the story 8 times. Apparently, Warren Ellis thought that was a bit excessive. So, if the writing, if you feel at all that the writing in Series 1 is anyway different, better or worse, than in the other series, the other seasons, 3 through 4, or 2 through 4, just know that there's a reason behind it. Generally, I think Iga's a good storyteller, but sometimes what he tells isn't super interesting or more convoluted than it needs to be. Usually, however, he doesn't leave anything out. Sorry, give me 1 sec here. Usually, he doesn't leave any story points out. He explains things. Generally tends to his stories have a beginning, middle, and end. And there's always a resolution. I guess we're thinking about dinner right now. I got a text about it. Wall meat? Wall meat would be good right about now. Holy water. Actually, holy water is only really important if you're trying to beat this boss with Trevor alone. Oh, shoot. But it isn't necessary, I guess. I suppose I should answer. Oh gosh. Wendy's? Oh. During this stupid virus situation, having to think, eating healthy has not been easy. And of course now money comes and goes, but it's always best in general to save when you can. So fast food, unfortunately, has kind of entered the picture. I don't hate Wendy's, but I don't know. I mean, they have a good grilled chicken. I like their chili, usually. That's about as healthy as I can get. I used to get chicken wraps, which is just like a chicken sandwich, but instead of bread, they wrap it in a tortilla, which was actually quite good. But they don't do that anymore. So screw my health. Okay. How dare I get used to something? I can still get wraps at Tropical Cafe, but they're kind of expensive. Sometimes I split my meal in half, and that kind of helps. Kind of helps justify the cost. Doesn't help mitigate them, but it justifies somewhat. Good thing about this area is if you know that 1-up is there, you keep dying here, just give it another shot. You've lost nothing. If you win, you get an extra life. Congratulations. Oh, shoot. Wall meat. I kind of would like to go back to Subway, but with people not wearing masks and with like the Delta variant picking up, I don't know if it's safe anymore. One quick switcheroo here. Because Sypha wants her lightning balls. Go away. We switch. There you go. That's the easiest way to beat the old doppelganger monster. We might do this. I've only been streaming for like an hour and 15. This is exciting. This is the music they should have played instead of Bloody Tears when you're about to fight Dracula in the animated series. Of course, most of it comes down to Alucard and Dracula throwing each other across the entire castle. Ooh, look at that slowdown. Beautiful. Ah, 3 Medusa heads is too much. Danger. Oh. How many levels has this been? I'm trying to count. If I count the ship as number 4. 5, 6. Ah, danger at every turn. It's kind of funny though. Go away. Because we get so much takeout lately, just the act of going out to get the takeout feels repetitive. Isn't that weird? I don't know, that's just how I've been feeling. Where are the bats? Ooh, danger. Okay. I'm gonna go... cross. Oh, interesting. They don't give you the axe in this one, they give you the cross. Well, maybe that might be better. I honestly do not remember. Yeah, in the US version they give you an axe, not a cross. And I got used to beating Dracula with the axe. course, the big stairwell. Very reminiscent of the first game. The producer of the original NES trilogy, or Famicom trilogy, if you will, he had said that Dracula's first form, obviously it's Dracula, but he said his second form is not Dracula at all, but I think he called it the Scourge of all mankind, which is interesting. He said at that point Dracula is dead. That's why his head flies off. Boy, I am sucking here. Usually I'm used to the slowdown. There is no slowdown here. Let's do this. Now there's slowdown. Give me some platforms. Oh shit. Almost had him too. Rather than hearts. Maybe it's just better to have these going and non-stop. Okay. I'm really glad these go all the way across the screen, not just halfway. Okay, gotta watch out for his lasers. I've only got one hit left. Yay! Oh my goodness. We did it, gang. AlucardsQuest has completed a quest. Just not all of them. Aww. I appreciate your viewership. See? Her real name is Saifa Velnund. So we've had it all wrong these times. Grant Denusty. Denusty? Adrian F. Sepish. Alucard. Alacart. AlucardsQuest. Alacart. The all-you-can-eat kingdom. And Ralph Belmond. Everybody's favorite Ralph. Oops. That's what I meant to do, bring up this menu. And there you have it. That is what I set out to do, and that is what I did. Will Castlevania 4 be next? Or will he switch it up and play the Game Boy games? Which is probably more likely. Yeah, I think that's what I would do. Because we go from 8 to 8 to 16 to 32. So that'll be cool. And also, after the ramp up, maybe we can do some... I could play, you know... I did the first 3. I could do the 2 Game Boy games. I don't know if I'll do Kid Dracula. But for sure I can do Super 4 and Bloodlines for y'all. What else is in this correction? That would be it. Don't know if I'd do Kid Dracula. And then I would move on to Castlevania Requiem, which has Rondo and Symphony of the Night on it. All in build-up of the hopefully coming soon, probably this fall, Castlevania Advanced Collection, which I think both Australia and Korea have rated in their ratings board. That doesn't mean it definitely will come, but it's very highly probable. Because I remember them rating Earthbound for the Wii Virtual Console, and I don't think it showed up until the Wii U Virtual Console, years and years later. Might have been even like 8 years later. But it was a long time. But it did show up. However, I think this is probably more likely. It's... Unfortunately, it won't include the DS games. At least, if it's called the Advanced Collection, of course it wouldn't. That would be awesome if it did, because then everybody could play every Metroidvania of Castlevania. Although Switch owners have kind of got the shaft on Rondo and Symphony. Maybe they can alleviate that someday. But that would have to be... It might probably be in another collection. Still, we support Castlevania as best we can in these trying times, you know. Konami is not a great company as far as Japan is concerned, but I don't think we should take that out on their American and European distributors, or the arm of those companies. For instance, David Cox, who worked on the Lords of Shadow trilogy, has said that he worked at Konami for like 13 years or something, and he enjoyed every minute of it. In fact, I don't think he had one unkind word to say about them. I presume he's back working with Mercury Steam. And they are, of course, working on Metroid Dread, which should be cool. They also did the remake of Metroid 2, Return of Samus, and they called it Metroid Samus Returns. A little confusing, but still cool. I wonder if Konami has some insider information. If they're trying to put the advanced Castlevanias, Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, and Aria of Sorrow, if they're trying to put those out on consoles, maybe they're trying to get ahead of Nintendo putting it on their online service. So that they can get paid on their own terms, I guess. That's an interesting hypothesis, wouldn't you say? But we don't know. I would think if Nintendo wanted to put advanced games on the Switch online service, they would have done it already. But then, you never know with them. They said there was going to be no Switch Pro, then they announced it a few weeks after E3, but then it's not a Switch Pro. These are interesting times. Anyway, I probably have to go out and get food. It is that time. So, if anyone watches this later, I appreciate it. I appreciate anybody subscribe to me on YouTube. I stream, holy crap. I stream on Twitch regularly, usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Somewhere between 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Lately I've been having some fun because people have been actually showing up. You know, so other than our friend Josh Adams from Australia. But either way, I try to make it interesting. I hope if you watch this back that you thought it was interesting. I think I'm getting a little better at the streaming thing. But maybe not. Maybe I'm terrible. So, I will see you next time. I will try to do more stuff with YouTube. You know, it could be games, but I am, you know, in my back pocket. I'm still hopeful that I can get some more music going. You know, I started this channel and I didn't know what I was doing. At first I had, like, as I mentioned, videos of Naomi interviewing Johnny Depp, and had a person translate those for me. That's probably where I got most of my subscribers, unfortunately. But then, you know, I had then I said, well, let me promote some new games I think are cool. So I started to put up game trailers, usually from game trailers. But then I thought, well, maybe I should do my own content, and I had a couple things planned, but I just, as with many things, I lost motivation and I couldn't continue. I'm gaining a little confidence from streaming. Maybe I should try some redoing some of these things that I had planned to do years ago. Of course, it's harder to break into both YouTube or Twitch these days, but, you know, I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it because I like doing it. The easiest way to figure out what I'm doing, of course, is Twitter. I know some people hate Twitter, but you gotta bear with me. I know people want me to do Instagram or Discord. I'll think it over. It would be kind of weird for me to have a Discord when there's nobody. You know, I only have like a certain amount of people interested. So, but you know, maybe we can work on it. I'm like I say, I'm going into this head first, so I appreciate your patience with me, and let's just, you know, I'm here to share games that I love with you guys that aren't the top most played games, and they aren't, you know, maybe they're not in the vernacular anymore, but you know, they're worth remembering. And certainly, since I'm streaming from PS4, you can play them right away. You don't have to do much work usually to play these. Just either download them from the store, or you know, buy a copy from wherever you go. I'm not good at outros. On Twitch I tend to ramble a lot. Well, I won't do that here. I'll just suffice it to say, stay safe, get vaccinated. Things were getting better, and now they seem to be getting a little worse. It doesn't hurt to mask up. Don't be afraid. That's all I will say. And of course, social distancing is always helpful. But we'll see where we are in 6 months to a year, right? Anyway, I'm hungry. I should sign off. So, thank you for your interest in AlucardsQuest. We're on this quest together. I swear we are. So, let's figure out what it is. And I'll try to give you more content. It's been like 3 weeks since or almost a month since I did my Simon's Quest playthrough, so I'll try to be a bit more on top of it. But we'll see what's next. I have no idea. But for sure for YouTube, if it's a gameplay video, it'll be Castlevania. I promise you that much. So, be safe, everybody. And I better go.